Hi everyone, this is something I've been asked about a little bit lately, and that's our community allotment. And it's a good time of year to talk about our community allotment because we're just at the start of the growing season. So this is the sort of main outdoor growing area for our community allotment at the moment. We've got plenty of space to expand this. We go all the way over there to those trees, so there's quite a way that we can expand this. So in answer to the question, have you got any more room for more members? Yes, we have. We have got plenty of room for more members because there's plenty of ground to go at. There's not much in at the moment. We've got some garlic in here, and we've got some chard there, rainbow chard, and we've got some kale which was grown from last year but which is still edible, and people keep coming and taking bits of it. So yeah, we've got some stuff in at the moment. The other part of the community allotment is the polytunnels. So we've got this large polytunnel here. This one's just about to be re-skinned. There's obviously plenty of room in there, so you come back in here in June, July, it'll be absolutely stuffed full of cucumbers, aubergines, tomatoes. We had melons on the go last year. So the other part of the indoor growing area is this. So at the moment we've got some spinach in, a few lettuce. We suspend some of our crops here while they're small, just to stop little critters like slugs and snails wanting to eat them. There's some of our onions there. Just very, very small soil blocks, and then we transplant them into larger soil blocks. The other element of our community allotment is the community orchard. This is a mixed orchard. Lots of apples, pears, plums, green gages. We've got a mulberry tree over there. We've got some nuts, hazelnuts. We've got black currants, blackberries, gooseberries, josterberries, autumn olive, which is a bit like a red currant. So you get a share of the fruit from our orchard as well as part of your membership of the community allotment. Now, the way the membership works is you pay £36 a year or £4 a month, and that's it, and that's per household. Most of the time we're actually telling people to take more because there's just too much to go around, which is a nice thing to have, really. We don't like seeing waste and sort of stuffing courgettes in people's pockets, saying, come on, you need to take more. Another thing that people sometimes ask about the community allotment is about the physicality of the jobs that need doing, or about their abilities in a physical way or also in a skilled way. Now, there's no prerequisite to come into the allotment and taking part. We started off 12 years ago when we do very little. We built that knowledge from zero. And many people who come to the farm are in the same boat, really. So we don't expect anybody to know anything when they come. We don't expect everybody to be able to dig all day long or anything like that. Yeah, there's options, and people do different jobs to suit their abilities, both skill level and physical level. So don't worry about taking part and whether you'll be able to do something or what you know about. We teach everything from scratch. You do what fits within your physical boundaries, and there's a whole array of different jobs for different people. So from sitting at a table like this sowing seeds right the way through to digging compost in. There's a whole array of different physical needs and abilities, and we fit in with what you can do. That's always been the case, so don't worry about that side of it. Volunteer days: Tuesdays 10 till 2, Thursdays 10 till 2, and Saturday mornings 10 until 12:30. So hopefully that will line up with whatever days you've got available. It's not just about the produce, it's also about taking part, it's about community, it's about being physical, getting outside, doing stuff. It's good for your physical health, it's good for your mental health, and community is good for your mental health, to meet new people and talk about stuff. You know, it's a great thing. I get amazing benefit from that, from taking part, and all the people that we've met taking part in the farm. It's great. So you can join through the website burscoughcommunityfarm.org. If you look out for Community Allotment, then it'll take you to the page where you can sign up and pay £36 a year per household, or £4 a month. The big thing about allotments is they are very difficult to get hold of. There are not enough allotments available to the community, certainly not in this area anyway. So if you want an allotment, it might take you literally years to get hold of one. The other thing about it, I think people get a bit of a shock sometimes. They see the good life, they see this allotment and how it, you know, all the fruit and veg that they can get, etc. But they don't always realise the work that's involved and the commitment that's involved. You know, you've got to keep going there, particularly in the growing season. You've got to be there at least once a week, absolute bare minimum. Ideally a few times a week, to keep on top of weeds, irrigation, all that kind of thing. And then there's the simple fact of what happens if you go on holiday. You know, you'll come back and you'll find that somebody has planted a load of weeds all over your lovely tended allotment beds, because nature happens, and the weeds will just keep on growing, and you've got to keep on top of them. A lot of people don't appreciate that, this commitment and the amount of work that's involved, and that takes, you know, it takes a lot of time. So if you do get an allotment, and you're lucky to get an allotment on your own, fantastic. But the great thing about here is when you do go on holiday, or if you're sick or something, somebody is going to be taking over from you. There's people here all the time during the week to keep on top of irrigation, to keep on top of weeding. Now, weeding needs to be done on a dry day, hoeing and weeding. It doesn't want to be done on a wet day. So, you know, we can have a few weeks of wet days, and then all of a sudden there's a dry spell. That might be when you're away on holiday, or ill, or have got something else to do. So having other people watch your back and look after it whilst you're not there is a big asset, really. Some people see it as a little bit of a disadvantage, the fact that you haven't got your own ground and you're not in charge of it all yourself. I don't think that's a problem, really. Like I say, you've got somebody else to take up the running when you're not available or incapacitated or something like that.